everybody, welcome back to another deep dive into weather for this Thursday. Happy Thursday. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, split screen right there. So the weather headlines for today is, first we've got scattered storms tomorrow, which is Thursday. We've got a big temperature drop on Friday, and then we've got a beautiful weekend ahead of us. So I'm gonna let you guys know all of those details. First, let's start off with our UV index. So if you're going to be spending time outside for today, make sure that you consider that our UV index is at a 9. So it's very high. Definitely find some shade, apply that sunscreen. But it's another hot and humid day, so you might want to be indoors for most of today. Your current temperatures are in the upper 80s, lower 90s. 90 in Charlottesville, 89 in Standardsville, 89 in Madison, 88 in Luray, and your current dew points are in the mid 70s, so it's definitely feeling very oppressive out for today. Dew points measure the amount of moisture in the air. The higher the dew point, the higher the humidity, the hotter it's going to feel. So we don't like to see dew points in the mid 70s, but that's what we're dealing with today. And our feel like temperatures are showing that they're in the 90s already, and we could see some touch 100 as we continue to progress throughout today. So something you just want to keep in mind, a heat advisory is currently out for Harrisonburg and Luray. And even though not all of our counties are under a heat advisory, you still want to make sure that you're taking this heat very seriously and that you're really considering that as you're going throughout your day. Something to be mindful of. So as you continue to progress throughout your day, our high is going to be 96, and then we've already seen a few showers this afternoon, but we could see a few more, and we could see an isolated storm or two as we progress into this evening, but tonight looks to be clear, 81 degrees by 10 p.m. So then this again is just kind of some tips on what to do for the heat right there. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, staying in an air conditioning room, and that you're staying out of the sun. Now, a look at our radar, you can see we have some showers currently going on in Rockingham, some going into Nelson from Augusta, some in Greene, Madison, and some in Augusta County. So it will be more isolated today. Most of us will remain dry, but the rain is something you might want to consider, especially if you live west of the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's where most of the convection is going to be for today. So we could see some of the showers or maybe even a storm go into the other counties like we're seeing right now. But again, most of the convection west of the Blue Ridge. So here's what this model is predicting for the rest of your day today regarding that rain. This is around 3:30 p.m. right there. You can see not a lot of cloud cover, a few showers as we head into the evening. This is around 6:30 p.m. Got some heavy downpours, a bit more cloudiness as well. Again, mostly remaining west of the Blue Ridge. And as we head into tonight, it looks to be dry, a mixture of sun and clouds right there. So what we're being influenced by right now is a cold front that's to the west of us. It's been slowly approaching us, and it's not even going to reach us until Thursday, but it is still affecting us. And the concern with this front is that the storms that it's producing are so slow moving. That's why we have concerns for flash flooding, heavy downpours of rain when you're driving, and if you live near a flood-prone area, this is definitely something you're going to want to keep in mind for today as well, because we could see an isolated storm or two. So our shower and storm chances, as I mentioned, Thursday is going to be the highest for some widespread rain. Friday, it looks like the front is moving further south, so we could see some morning showers. And then as we head into your weekend and into next week, it looks to be, we're going to be having a drier period. So this is for Thursday right here. You can see the marginal risk, again, is in the Shenandoah Valley. Everything is to the west of the Blue Ridge. However, as I mentioned, we could see some shower storms move over into other counties. But something you want to be mindful of, this is kind of just showing you right there. And then as we head into tomorrow, we have a slight risk. So tomorrow's going to be the main concern, the highest concern of flash flooding, and then we also could see some damaging wind gusts as well. And then as we head into Friday, as I mentioned, the front is going to be further south, and this kind of shows that as well. Marginal risk further south, moving along with the front. So severe weather risk for tomorrow is mixed, it's varied, but we just want to be considerate and want to kind of take the steps to prepare just in case, right? So as we go into tomorrow, highest concerns again, flash flooding and then damaging wind gusts. We could also see some spotty large hail, but the risk is low for that. So here's a look at your planner for tomorrow. It's going to start out sunny, and then we're going to have those afternoon, evening shower storms. Your high for tomorrow is going to be 92. And here's a little bit of a look into what this model is predicting, where and when this model is predicting that rain. So this around 8 a.m., as I mentioned, a sunny start to your day. And then this model is predicting we're going to see some showers as early as 12:30 p.m. But as we head into 3:30 p.m., you can see very organized. It looks like a line of storms right there forming and then heading eastward. And then 5 p.m., continuing to progress into the counties, a bit more cloudy as we enter into 6 p.m. And then 8 p.m. right there, remaining cloudy and kind of dissipating with that rain. 10:30 p.m., mostly dry, kind of helping us out with that rain. So the next big thing, after we get through the heat of today, after we get through the rain, we're going to have some really, really nice weather. So we're going to have a huge temperature drop. We're in the 90s right now, but by Friday, we're going to hit the 80s, which is way below our average. And then as you can see, the temperature trend kind of just stays below average. So here's a graphic showing also the dew points. So not only are we going to have a drop in the temperatures, but also the drop in the dew points. Let me click on this so you can see it a little bit better. So as you can see, we're going to go from dew points in the mid 70s to 70 to 60s to 50s. So it's going to start to feel really, really good out there as we can, after Friday, after the front leaves us, we're having a high pressure system build in, and it's going to really help us. And as I mentioned, we're going to be well below our average of 89 degrees. So it's going to feel really good for August, and your weekend looks beautiful. 80 degrees right there on Saturday, 81 mostly sunny, below average temperatures and below a drop in the humidity. So for your national temperatures, you can see a little bit varied around there. We do still have some advisories out, some warnings out for different parts of the United States, along with parts of our area. And then I also want to mention, I'm not going to explain too much, but I'm sure you've probably heard at this point, but we did have a powerful, or Russia had a powerful earthquake yesterday, 8.8 magnitude. So it's affecting different areas such as Hawaii, the West Coast, and just something to be mindful if you have loved ones that live in those areas. So when we're looking at the earthquake magnitude, as you can see, this is some of the different ranges right there. 8 is almost the highest it can go, so extremely strong earthquake that is causing some troubles right there. But here's like your next 7 days, and again, we have to get through this heat, we have to get through this rain, and then once we enter into your weekend, as you can see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are all looking beautiful. So I'm continuing to monitor everything for you. I'll continue to monitor that rainy weather, and I also wanted to say thank you so much for joining Deep Dive into Weather on this Wednesday, and if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see different, go ahead and send me an email, and I will definitely take those into consideration, and I hope you have a great Wednesday.